Okay, so Sean, we got the stripper, and now we're going to put this into the tank for now these frames float a little bit, so we're going to have to hold them down in this test. We're going to have to hold them down for a few minutes. We'll mark in the side of the tank about what time we put it in, 12, 13. And we'll see what happens.
There's
okay,
there's some residual adhesive on the side that lifted off in about 2 minutes. So we're just waiting for the all-over adhesive to get off of where it was a mil thick or 2 mils thick.
And is this heated or room temperature?
No, this is room temperature. There's no need to heat it. It's just got to be submerged.
Okay.
And like you said, we put it in at 12-13. We're going to take them out in about 10 minutes and everything should be lifted off. Right here we've got a aqueous cleaner, zero VOC, non-hazardous, basically a 98% water, and this is a degreaser and emulsifier, so it'll take off anything off the metal that you want to, and it's not going to etch the metal, it's not going to hurt or pit the aluminum, and we'll see how well everything gets removed.
Okay, we'll wait and see. Okay, so we don't know what the status is, but we'll see what it's like. It's been 8 minutes.
In the lab, we were getting an 8-minute result, so we just want to make sure that when we're making a larger batch, it's going to work the same way it did with a small batch in the lab.
At least we'll see what it is, you know, if it, oh, there we go. Yeah, it's falling off.
You can see here, it probably could use another 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but you can see how it's just falling right off the metal. We're getting down to bare aluminum.
Well, to get it to rinse off, you'd have to have agitation, I think.
And that's why we have our brush and our parts washer.
Okay, well, do we want to do this one and see how it works, or?
Let's do it with one. We've got 5 more panels in there. Let's see where we're at with 8 minutes and then see if it needs to be in there for longer.
Okay.
So right now we still have 4 more panels left in here, or frames, sorry. So I've got my brush, and this is a, like I said, it's the cleaning solution, zero VOC, non-hazardous. It's a pH neutral formula, so it won't hurt the aluminum at all. And we can see where there's lifting, it comes off very easily, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of obvious to everyone that you probably need more than 8 minutes.
Okay, so it gets half of it in 8 minutes, and we'll see what it does in 10 then. Well, this is how you find out. You have to do these scientific tests. So I can see how it would work. Then do you filter the skins?
Yes. Yeah, the company that we're selling this to has a process at which they filter the cleaner, and it will make sure that none of the residue or the old adhesive that we're removing gets back into the water lines and clogs anything up. Unfortunately at PTI we do not have that capability.
Okay, it's 11 minutes now. Shall we check the next one? So we know 8 minutes is halfway. So let's,
and you can see, even though
but that's room temperature.
even though we've taken this out of that blend, we're still getting lifting.
Oh,
Even with the agitation, it's still lifting up.
let me zero in on that. Oh yeah, zero. So it's still in the film.
Exactly. So we know it penetrates,
Okay.
and that's the main thing. So obviously we just need more time.
Well, we need to know how much time it takes. This is how we find out. Okay, now it's 12 minutes. So let's
Pull out the next one.
pull out the next one and we'll... looks a little more stripped.
Absolutely.
But still needs some work.
It's not perfect, but it's better.
So 12 minutes is still not quite there, but instead of 50% there, it's 75% there.
And it's nice to have a zero VOC product that actually will keep lifting even after you're still rinsing it. You can really see how it kind of crawls up the frame.
Okay, so that was 12 minutes. I guess we'll see what it's like at maybe 20 minutes. Okay, we're ready for our 20-minute test, Sean. So you remember which ones are which?
This is one that's been in here for the full 20 minutes without being agitated.
Whoa. Let me get a good shot. Okay.
And you can see it crawling up and down.
Oh yeah, it's blisters.
It's still working. And what I like is it goes all the way down to the bare metal. There's no residue left behind. It just lifts it straight off of the frame.
Okay, let's see how this wipes off. 20 minutes, falls off like meat off a turkey's leg. Now you mentioned that you saw some air bubbles.
Yeah, obviously these frames were hollow. And so you either have to weigh them down with something or fill in the holes. With this remover, filling in the holes is not really an option because it's whatever you fill it with, it's going to eat away at it. So the best thing to do would be to have racks that eat away at the filler. But again, we're still getting stripping even after it's been exposed to water.
Oh yeah.
Which is very uncharacteristic for methylene chloride. Usually, with a stripper like this, the methylene chloride is deactivated by water. In this case, it just is, as long as it's still in the paint, and as long as the paint is still on there, or the adhesive is still on there, it's going to keep working.
And it's absorbed into the film.
And see, there are your holes where your air is going in.
Oh. So you have to have it draining. Well, then we know that 20 minutes is about 80%. And if you really wanted to rush it, you could, with a wooden stick, you could probably take it off, even with a fingernail.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Comes right off. It's just you want to use as little agitation or as little contact with the chemical as possible.
Yeah. Okay, so we have one more to test.
We have two more.
Two more, okay. And we'll see what after 30 minutes then.
And you can see that we're even pulling off adhesive that they didn't even intend to get pulled off in the first place. It has just been applied over and over and over again. One layer on top of another.
Oh yeah, I thought it was different color.
I mean, we're going all the way down to bare aluminum.
Yeah. It's adhesive that was missed the first time.
So it just shows that their water process isn't working.
Well, let's see what the 30-minute test does then. Probably it'll all fall off. Put it on. All right, it's 30 minutes. Let's see what our stripping is all about. Is that the right side?
Yep, this is the painted side. And they did have plugs over the holes.
Oh, so you're draining it right now.
Luckily, this does not cause any hydrogen embrittlement, so we're good. I think we can conclude from this that some parts are going to be able to be easily cleaned in 30 minutes where the coating has been thinner. And if you maintain the coating, or you maintain the stripping and strip everything, you're not going to get thick gathering of adhesive like this, that it just takes longer for the adhesive remover to bite through.
Okay.
But it's...
Is this 100%? No, about 99%, I guess, because there's a little bit in the corner here. But it's twice as thick as the others have been. Good point. I see the point.
So I'm thinking that they didn't strip these all the way before.
Is this on both sides?
There seems to be some adhesive residue on this side, but nothing like the gray that we're finding on the other. I mean, everything is off of this side. It seemed like there was a clear adhesive that you can sort of see right here.
Clear coat, huh?
Yeah. And you can see their plug right there.
Let me try to find it in the... Oh, I see it. So you might need a stronger plug. Ceramic or something.
Butyl or ceramic, yeah. But as you can see, what I couldn't peel off with my hand before, as long as we're still stripping adhesive off,
That's very thick.
it's still working, yeah. It seems to be about like 10 mils, 12 mils thick. Or,
Yeah, so this piece here was just heavier.
yeah, just takes a while.
So 30 minutes is the optimum for most of what we work. Because here we just have a little 6-inch strip.
If you want to make sure you're not stripping, if your employee isn't out there scraping stuff, you might just want to leave it in for 45 minutes to an hour.
We still have one left?
You still have one left.
Okay, let's see what the 45-minute one does then.
You can see how thick. You can see how thick that piece is.
Wow.
So it's going to take a bit of time for anything to bite through that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're finding things out.
And yeah, we still have a strip right here that's, as we speak, coming off still. And we still have this little piece that's pretty thick. I'd probably say it's like 4 to 7 millimeters thick.
Yeah, that's been adhesive on top of adhesive.
Yeah, it means that they weren't properly or cleaned all the way down to the metal every single time. That's all that means.
Okay, so here's your 30-minute coupon. Okay, it's 45 minutes. Let's see what the last one looks like. Ooh, and all. It looks pretty much bubbled up, huh?
Still, this adhesive is thick. It's hard to bite through it.
Okay, so we still got that as a parameter. Let me put it in for a little while longer if...
Well, as you can see, all we have is what's starting to wrinkle up on the edges here. It's just that
that's
thick
right.
line. All of this is off. It's just this thick line that we have on the edge that keeps on staying on there.
Oh yeah.
I think it just takes time to bite through it.
That's true. That's not really a stripping. That's a chiseling.
Well, the goal is just to have them pull it out, rinse it, and put it back to work. So,
Well, maybe that thick stuff gets on there every time, though.
maybe 1 hour. Put it back in and see what happens after an hour.
Okay, we're rolling. Yeah, it's been 1 hour. This is a test of stripping. And we'll see how did it come out. Okay.
Took it basically right off. Looks like an hour is going to be the ticket for it.
There's nothing left on it, huh? Just a bunch of goop. We both thought goop at the same time.
He had a couple stragglers, hangers on right here in the corner. I don't know what that was, but
Okay, let me get some close-ups.
it's still working.
Okay, all the way around. Off, off, off. Everything is off. Everything is off. Now it just needs cleaned up. Okay, let's watch you clean it up. Oh yeah, look at that. I wish I'd gotten that.
It's these thick things that are going to be your biggest problem, but the stripper's still working. Woo! You can see how thick this piece is. You got to get 10 mils right there.
I see it. Oh, that's pretty thick, yep. Well, they won't have to worry about those buildups anymore.
As long as they clean them every time after they use it, they're going to be happy. And it won't take an hour. It'll take an hour if you wait for it to build up. But everything that was 3 mils or less got stripped off within about 30 minutes. Everything that was over that took an hour, 45 minutes to an hour.
Well, they do it over lunchtime. They haven't, no problem. Just spend an hour lunch, come back, and now, what is that you're taking off? They didn't put adhesive on that part, did they?
Residue adhesive.
Oh, stuff that that dripped onto it when they were applying it.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll get the whole thing then.
Everything's just falling right off. So I think this is a success.
Okay, good show.